Hi, welcome. I'm Kristy and this is Tiny Bookcase, and welcome back if you are joining me again for this video. But stay tuned for all the updates and news of what's going on, what I'm currently reading, and if you like quinceañeras, like this video and continue watching for all my book news and updates. Hi, so welcome to the special edition of the Tiny Bookcase. If you've seen some previous videos, you know that there is a lot going on these days for me and my channel. So I have been doing some special edition videos because there are some major events that are occurring this year for my family and myself. And one of those is my daughter's quinceanera. My daughter is turning 15 this July, and we are having a quinceanera for her. So if you've seen some previous videos, you will see that I have mentioned that before. If you're not familiar with a quinceanera, it is a birthday party, but it is more an elaborate party. It is celebrated in the Hispanic community, although you don't have to be Hispanic to have a quinceañera, but there are a lot of different aspects to it. My daughter's not having a traditional quinceañera. There are different traditions that we will be incorporating for her quinceañera, but it won't be traditional as older generational traditions will attest to. It's just not gonna be a traditional quinceañera, but it is quinceañera, and it is very stressful at the moment because I'm also planning my convalidation ceremony, which is actually a wedding. So I've been married for 28 years to my husband, but I'm Catholic, and my husband was baptized Catholic, but he never made the rest of his sacraments. So when we were married, we couldn't get married through the church because he hadn't completed his sacraments. And I've always wanted to have our marriage recognized by the church, but I wasn't able to because, like I said, my husband hadn't completed his sacraments. But recently, my husband made a decision that he does not want to be part of the Catholic Church. And because of that, I decided to talk to my parish priest to see if there was a way that our marriage could be validated in the Catholic Church, since my husband has no plans to make his sacraments. So because of that, we met with the priest, and he basically said that yes, we can be married in the Catholic Church. I can receive the sacrament of matrimony, which is what I have not been able to receive all these years, and I will be able to receive the sacrament of the Holy Eucharist, which is what I've been waiting for many, many years. And I kind of pushed this fast forward this year because my daughter is going to be making her quinceañera, and I wanted to receive communion. I wanted to take part in communion during the Mass and from now on. So now, after our convalidation ceremony, which is actually just a wedding, I will be able to do so. So to make a long story short, I am planning a convalidation ceremony and a quinceañera this year, and in between those two events, my daughter is being confirmed. So it is crazy right now, and there is so much going on in my head. So I haven't been making many videos, as you can tell, if you are a subscriber and have noticed that there aren't as many videos out. That is the reason why. I have not been able to read like I used to, and this is the whole reason for my channel is it's mostly bookish content, and I do make a couple of other videos like unbagging videos for Ipsy, and in the past I did do some unboxing for book subscription, but I no longer have that book subscription. I'm not sure if I'll return to it in the future. Maybe I might, or maybe look into another subscription. I'm not sure. At the moment, I just didn't have the time to devote to a book subscription, and also I'm trying to save money, to be honest. I'm just trying to save money because these events that we are celebrating are not cheap. So I've been doing my best to try to be as economical as possible. So that's pretty much what's been taking up a lot of my time lately. Although I do have some book news for you at the moment. I just finished a new book that I have been listening to on audio. I am doing an ebook at the moment and another audiobook. Audiobooks are really saving me because they're easier to get through. But in the past, at the beginning of this year, I kept dozing off, so I was not finishing them. But I decided, since I am planning this convalidation ceremony wedding, I decided to let's read some books about weddings and that subject. So this book I just completed is by Jennifer Close. It is Girls in White Dresses. And this story follows Isabella and a couple of friends from her college. Lauren and Mary are more prevalent in the story, but there are some other college girlfriends of Isabella's that are featured in this book. It's told through multiple points of view, so you will hear the stories through each particular character's point of view. It does go back and forth with timeline because you'll be hearing stories from the past. And I gave it 3 stars, I believe, on Goodreads. It probably would have given it 4, but it was a bit confusing. Like, I kept getting confused sometimes with who was speaking, whose story it was, which character that person was, because they do introduce, like I said, other friends of Isabella, and sometimes I would forget who was that character, so I'd have to re-listen to it. And there was some parts that I didn't appreciate. I'm just a little bit more of a conservative reader, so I don't really like certain language or certain subjects, and that's just me. So I would say that for the most part it would be a 4-star read if it hadn't had that content, definitely. But you or anyone who doesn't have the same issue that I have, and that's in that particular matter, then you would probably enjoy it. I really did like listening to these stories. I had some favorite characters, and it was just a really fun read. I wasn't sure what to expect. I tend to not, this isn't a genre that I really read. I don't read a lot of chick lit books or women fiction books. I'm more of a historical fiction reader. I noticed that is my genre. I tend to read a lot of historical fiction, and I love mysteries. So I don't mind romance, but it's not my main genre, and I tend not to look for those specific books. But I mean, when you have weddings, I mean, you're probably gonna have romance. So it does, we do see a lot of relationships in this book, and but you also see a lot of these women's lives and how they're making the transition from college into their adult lives after college. And you hear these friendships, and I really enjoyed this book more than I expected to. So I am in the middle of a couple of other books at the moment, so I am listening to an audio book, Front Desk by Kelly Yang, I believe, and I'm also reading an e-reader, The Wedding Dress, and I don't really, not sure how to pronounce the author's name, so I will put it right here for you to, if you're curious to look it up. I'm doing this on my Libby app. I don't have these books physically. It's just easier at the moment to use my Libby app to read or listen to audiobooks. So those are the books that I'm currently focusing on at the moment. I think there is a couple of other books that I have on hold because there is, oh my goodness, sorry, but there was a spider and it was coming towards me. I apologize. I'm a big scaredy cat when it comes to critters like that. So like I was saying, there's a few books that I have on hold because there's a readathon in May hosted by Katie, I want to say, from Books and Things, and it is the historical fiction Readathon. If I'm not saying it correctly, I will leave it down below in the description box, the actual name of this readathon. But basically it is a historical fiction readathon, which is right up my alley. It's my favorite genre. Like I said earlier, I tend to read those books the most. So I had to do something for this readathon. So like I said, I do have some books on hold, and hopefully they will come in at the right time so that I can begin this readathon in May. I'm not sure how many of the books I can actually get through because like I said, there are all these events that are going on, and even though this readathon is gonna take place after my wedding, there's still my daughter's quinceanera that's coming up, so there's still a lot to do with that. So I'm gonna do my best, but I'm hoping at least to get through at least two books for that readathon. And I have a middle grade story that kind of fits in the parameters for the readathon, but I'll do another video soon to talk about the readathon in that particular video, and also to suggest to offer some suggestions of what to read for this readathon. There are some challenges, but for the most part, the host was wanting to take it like pretty lightly and just to, you know, have fun and read at least a book, a historical fiction book during the month of May. So like I said, I will come out with a video soon about that readathon. But that's all I have for you for on the literary front. I will insert some footage from yesterday because my daughter's quinceanera dress came in yesterday. We were so excited to hear that it came in this week because we were told that it wasn't going to ship until May, and I was very worried about that because her quinceanera is in July, and I wasn't sure, you know, how long it's going to take, the shipping, with everything going on, with all these delays because of COVID, because all just shipping delays in general. I was really concerned and worried. So when we got that phone call this week, I was so happy, and yesterday my daughter and I were able to go to the shop and pick up her dress, and it didn't seem to need any alterations, so we have that now in our possession. And I have it really just propped up in this room because I have nowhere to put it. It's very heavy. I would destroy my closet if I tried to hang it up. So I'm gonna have to come up with some ideas of what to do with it after this event. But for the most part, I'm just excited that it's here and we have it physically already, because it was a big worry in the back of my mind if it was going to come in time. So I'm just happy that that happened. And I will move the camera around so you can see that it literally is, I'm right next to this dress. So let me show you. Okay, so let me move it aside and you can get a little peek of the layers of tulle and beadwork and my husband's tears of how he was able to get this for my daughter. So you can see a little bit of this dress. I'm just going to unzip it a little bit more, as you can see. But yeah, I'm not going to do any more because it is a very hefty dress and it was very hard to get it back into this bag. Okay, turn around. So I will insert a little picture up here so you can see my daughter in her dress. Yesterday when we went to try on her dress, I did take a couple of shots of her in it, so you can see that for yourselves. But it is a very beautiful dress and we're so happy that, like I said, that it's here. But I'm also very happy that I was able to finish a book, and actually I finished two. I totally forgot that I'd finished the first book I finished this year was a middle grade book by Beverly Cleary. She was one of my favorite authors when I was younger, and I had a couple of books set up for middle grade March that I was going to dive into, but needless to say that didn't happen. So I did finish this one in this month of April. So that was the first book that I finished, and it is Ellen Tibbetts. And it talks about Ellen and her friend. Her name escapes me at the moment, but it's pretty much a very innocent tale of friendship and how, you know, friendships can be fragile and certain things occur, and it can, sometimes we can hurt those we care about, and it's hard to come back together. But so this book is mostly about friendship, and I like that in the background theme there is some dance theme to it, and I've always loved dance, and my daughter dances, so I enjoy this book a lot. It's very nostalgic. Like I said, Beverly Cleary is one of my favorite authors from childhood, so it was a great read. I can't remember, I probably gave it 4 or 5 stars on Goodreads, but I'm so happy to have been able to finish at least 2 books so far this month. Hopefully there will be more. Like I said, I'm in the middle of 2 at the moment, and if it works out well, there are, I think, a couple other books that I was thinking about reading, and they also have a wedding theme or have something to do with weddings, I think. So maybe if I can finish these 2 that I'm working on, I can possibly finish maybe even more, but we'll just have to see. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and bear with me for the more to come. But if you like this video, please hit the like button and consider subscribing for more content such as this. But until next time, take care, God bless, see you soon.